Welcome ladies and gents to another character unboxing for 40k. Today it's one of my favourite models. I really love this thing, it just looks wicked. And not only is it for 40k, you could also use it for AOS, that's Age of Sigmar for those who don't know. So, this is the Daemon of Khorne Skulltaker. It is a flipping boss model, and I'll get rid of this shiny, horrible, nasty stuff so we can see it a little bit better. So here he is. Look at this guy. Yeah, you're not going to mess with him. I mean, his name is Skulltaker, so obviously, straight off the bat, very, very friendly. For some reason, the skull that he has here, that he has taken from somebody who's dripping in blood, is also wreathed in flame. So, yeah, that person's going to hell by the looks of it. It's a wicked base. I do love it. It looks like molten lava coming out between the rocks. And yeah, he's done his job pretty well. I mean, the Cloak of Skulls, you know, he's killed a few people there. He's killed a few people. Slayer sword looks like the good old Bloodletter sword, but it just looks like it's been turned up to 11. It's got a hole in the middle, just because it looks cool. That's kind of like turning the gun sideways, just because it looks cool. Doesn't, you know, mean any difference at all. But so it is a Bloodletter. But he just looks a bit more badass. I mean, the horns that normally protrude from the top of the head, they're actually holding skulls themselves. You know, obviously this guy's feeling a bit chilly. He's actually got a cloak on. Don't want him to feel the cold, do you? But the model itself just looks boss. And yes, as the name would suggest, it is supposed to be for Khorne demons. So let's take a little look at it. Yeah, it's not one of those little plastic things that have to pop out again. So, yeah, not only is it molten lava pouring out the base, underneath the lava, there is, as you can guess, a load of skulls. You can see these jagged rocks stick on the base as well. Tongue's pretty small. These guys always look happy though. Big smile on the face, tongue sticking out. Lovely. Check out the back, looking at that cloak, there is some detail. It's not just skulls. The skulls on there are all cracked. That one's been split in half with an axe. You know, there is lots and lots and lots of detail in this model. I think it's a wicked model. I do have an AOS army for demons and bloodbound. Not that I play a lot of AOS, I really should. I really should get my button gear and do that. I mean, I do have about 90 demons. Bloodletter demons. So you have your AOS rules there. I'm not sure how up to date they are. 2019, I'd imagine it's still fairly up to date. Please tell me if I'm wrong. I've had the last couple of AOS books. I've not actually really read them. I think I've played 3 games ever since AOS has been out, so really haven't been keeping up with it at all. 40k is always my main love, and this guy works for 40k as well as AOS, so I thought he was a must-buy. Plus, he just looks flipping baller, mate. I'll check out the updated rules because that has changed. Somewhat, one would imagine. And this is the little paint guide on the back. So I'm not sure that I would do the strips of flesh, that kind of colour, because it kind of gets lost. I think I'll do the skulls a little bit whiter as well. That's a bit too bleachy bone for me. But as you can imagine, the skin start off with Khorne red and build up a bit brighter, just like the rest of the Bloodletters. So I'll talk a little bit about the rules. So if you are using just pure Khorne demons, he will have the Locus of Rage, which means he can reroll charge rolls for all Khorne demon units within 6. Because he is a character in the Khorne's demon detachment, which is nice. Okay, so he is basically he is a Bloodletter. he is a bloodletter. So he has the good old demon save, which is a 5-up invulnerable save. He does actually have a 3-up regular save as well, which I was quite surprised about. And he also has the locus of decapitation. Well, you would. He's a Skulltaker, right? So he adds 1 to the hit rolls made by friendly bloodletter units that are within 8 inches of him. That's quite weird. 8 inches. Okay, not 6 inches, but specifically 8 inches. And he has the ability called Skulls for Khorne. So you can reroll hit rolls and wound rolls for attacks made by Skulltaker that target a character. Unstoppable Ferocity. If this unit makes a charge move, is charged, or performs heroic interventions, then until the end of the turn, add 1 to the attack characteristics of all its models and add 1 to the strength characteristics. Doesn't really make sense, does it? Because this unit is just one dude. Unless that's a generic rule, which is used in other units as well. Because this guy, it is a unit, but there's only one of them in a unit. So basically what it means is most of the time he's going to be charged. Sorry. Has made a charge. Or if he performs a heroic intervention, you add 1 to the attack characteristics. So he's normally attacking 5 times when he's charging, which is pretty nice. And you add 1 to the strength characteristic of its melee weapons. So his strength is normally strength 5, so it's strength 6, which is pretty nice. You know, wounding marines on a 3 is pretty good. AP is 3, wicked, and flat 3 damage. So yeah, it's definitely a marine killer. Each time it makes a wound roll of 6 for this weapon. That hit, when resolved, is damage D3 plus 3. So you could even go against tanks for flip's sake. That's pretty impressive. So yeah, he might be wounding a tank on 5s, but if he wounds on a 6-up, that's going to be doing quite a bit of damage. So weaker vehicles you could probably go up against. Anything at strength 6 is pretty nice. But if it's a character, remember you can re-roll hit rolls and wound rolls. So let's say it's a character Dreadnought, for example. Yeah. He loves it. He loves life. So the Slayer Sword, like I said, it's a melee weapon. Strength is 5 unless he's charging or has been charged. So you really want to shoot this guy off the table. 3-up save. That's pretty good for a demon. But it has a 5-up invulnerable. And he is movement 7, which is pretty nimble. You won't be sticking him in a rhino or anything like that. Ballistic is 2, which I don't know why, and the weapon skill is 2. So that's pretty good. Leadership is 8, 4 wounds, toughness 4. But I bought him purely because he just looks cool. If I was going to use this guy in AOS, and I'm taking bloodletters, I'm probably taking bloodletters in units of 30 anyway, so they're probably hitting really well anyway. This guy will be giving him, that unit, extra hits, I would imagine. Extra pluses to hit even. But yeah, it's a wicked model. I love this model, and I can't wait to paint it up. Even if I never get around to playing AOS, I just think this is really cool. It'd be nice to actually have a World Eater army alongside on my shelf with some bloodletters painted up. Like I said, I have 90 of them, so it was about time I got my finger out and started painting those guys. And I just think this is such an awesome model. On his own, on the table, he's going to do pretty well for himself, I would say. But walking around near bloodletters, so you've got to kill all those bloodletters before you get to him, it's going to be nigh on unkillable. You know, if you're going to get through 90 bloodletters to kill him, yeah, good luck with that. Unless you've got a sniper like a Vindicator or something like that, or some scouts. Or you've put him in the wrong place. This guy's going to be around for a while. I just think he's wicked. I think the model, it's a great pose. You know, the classic, got his foot slightly on a rock, sword in the air, the cloak is flowing behind him. I just think it is a wonderful, wonderful model. Chock full of detail, and the rules aren't bad either. So on his own, pretty good. Buffing blood letters, even better. Righto guys, thank you very much for watching. Please hit that like button, and if you haven't done already, please subscribe for more great content. Okay, stay safe.